What's up guys, Daniel here. Got another lesson for you. This one is called Don't Mind If I Do by Riley Green and Ella Langley. It's in drop D tuning with a capo on the 3rd fret. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the intro. Sounds like this. Alright, so again we're in drop D tuning, so some of these chord shapes are going to be a little bit odd, but we're going to start with a variation of a D chord. We're going to use the 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd fret B, but we're going to leave the rest open. We're going to start out by picking the low E string, then we're going to go D, G, B, and then right back to D. Now from here, we're going to go back to the 2nd fret of the G string. You're going to pluck and hammer onto the 4th fret with your pinky, then go back to D, then you're going to go to the 2nd fret G one more time, and then take off the 2nd fret and pluck an open G. So it's going to go. So let's play all of that together a little bit slower. One more time. Now from here, what we're going to do is go to the 2nd fret of the D string. You're going to pluck and hammer onto the 4th fret, again with your pinky. Then we're going to go low E, pluck open G, and then go back to 4th fret D. And then finally, what we're going to do is pluck the 4th fret D one more time. You're going to pluck and slide down to the 2nd fret, and then you're going to play open D, and then an open A. So, and then we're going to start the 2nd line. So now let's play that 2nd half all together a little bit slower. One more time. And now from the beginning all together again a little bit slower. And now regular speed. One more time. And now we can move on to the 2nd line. This line is going to start with a G chord, but again we're in drop D tuning, so now we have 5th fret low E and then 3rd fret B. The rest are going to be open. You want to lightly touch the A string so it doesn't ring out. We're not really going to play it right now, but when we strum later, you want to mute it. And this one, the picking pattern is a little bit easier. We're going to pluck low E, D, B, and then G, D. And we're going to do that twice. So again, really simple. And now we're going to move to what I think is a variation of an E minor 7. It's going to be 2nd fret low E, 4th fret D, and then we have the 3rd fret of the B string. If you know what that chord is called, let me know. And this one we're going to pluck E, D, G, D, then we're going to go back to the low E, and then up to the B string. So. So now this line all together a little bit slower. One more time. And now regular speed. So now let's do the whole intro all together a little bit slower, and then I'll play it at regular speed. Regular speed. And that's how you play the intro. Next part up is the verse. Now in the verse we're going to be using the same chords that we did in the intro, but the picking pattern is just going to be more like the second half of the intro. It's going to sound like this. I've been doing better, I hardly ever think of you lately, but ain't all sunshine when you cross my mind. I start missing you like crazy. So again, very similar to the second part of the intro. We're going to start with the D chord and we're going to use the same picking pattern we did for the G. So it's going to go E, D, B, G, D. And we're going to pick that 4 times. Regular speed. Now we're going to switch to that variation of the G chord. Again, that's going to be 5th fret low E, 3rd fret B. We're going to pick this one 2 times the same way. E, D, B, G, D. Now we're going to switch to that variation of the E minor 7. Again, that's 2nd fret low E, 4th fret D. And this one we're going to pluck 2 times the same way we did in the intro. E, D, G, D, E, and then one more time. So from G to that E minor 7. So now those 2 parts together a little bit slower. And you're just going to repeat that for the next line. So now regular speed. I've been doing better, I hardly ever think of you lately, but it ain't all sunshine when you cross my mind. I start missing you like crazy. And then we're going to get into the pre-chorus, and that's going to sound like this. I try to numb the pain, there ain't no damn way to end up in that place, and I'm just one whiskey away, and I don't mind if I... Then you get to the chorus. So this time we're going to start out with that G chord again. Again, that's 5th fret low E, 3rd fret B. We're going to pluck it 2 times the way we have been. E, D, B, G, D. Now all you have to do is move to the 4th fret of the low E string, and we're going to play that 2 times the exact same way. That's a variation of D over F sharp. So again, G to D over F sharp. Now from here we're going to move to a different variation of an E minor 7. We're going to use 2nd fret low E, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret B. You're going to mute the A string. Again, we're not really going to use it, but when we strum it later, we will. And this one we're going to pick 2 times the same way we just did. Now we're going to switch to an A chord, so that's just going to be 2nd fret, D, G, and B. The rest are going to be open. And this one we're going to start by plucking an open A string, then D, B, G, D. So very similar. But from here, what we're going to do is pluck the 2nd fret of the B string and hammer onto the 3rd fret with your ring finger, and then pluck an open high E string, back down to the 3rd fret B, and then take off the 3rd fret and do a single down strum on an A chord. So it's going to go... One more time. So from E minor 7 to A. And now the pre-chorus all together a little bit slower. And now regular speed. I try to numb the pain, there ain't no damn way I'm up in that place, and I'm just one whiskey away. And now we can move on to the chorus. I find this to be the hardest part to play and sing at the same time, but it's gonna sound like this. And I don't mind if I do, drink up the nerve to show up at your house. If you wanna know the truth, it's killing me not holding you right now. I'm one memory away, falling all the way apart, 'cause I might still love you. Hope you don't mind if I do. And then you get to the interlude. Alright, so for the first line of the chorus, we're just going to play a G chord 4 times the same way we've been picking it. The second line is where it gets a little more complicated. On this line, we're going to start out with a D chord, and we're going to pick it 1 time the same way we did before. E, D, B, G, D. But after that, what you're going to do is pluck the 2nd fret of the G string and pull off to an open G. Then you're going to put your pinky on the 4th fret of the D string. You're going to pluck that note, take it off, and pluck an open D. And then you're going to pluck an open A. So it'll go. So that part altogether goes. Now we're going to stay on a D chord and we're going to pluck it 1 more time the same way we did at the beginning. But now what we're going to do is pluck E, D, G, and then you're going to use your pinky to go to the 4th fret of the low E string. I know that's going to be a bit of a stretch, but that's going to give you that D over F sharp chord, and you're going to pluck again E, D, G. So it'll go, and we're walking back up to that G chord for the next line. So the second half of this line, a little bit slower. One more time. And now the whole line all together a little bit slower. Regular speed. The third line, we're going to go back to G and play it 4 times just like we did at the beginning. And now the 4th line, we're going to switch it up a little bit again. And this is the one that I have the most trouble with when I'm trying to sing it, because there's a hammer-on in there that I can't really do while singing. But it sounds like this. So again, that one hammer-on makes it a little bit complicated. So we're using a D chord, and we're going to start it out the same way we did. And now we're going to go E, D, B. Then you're going to pluck the 2nd fret of the G string and pull off to an open G, then open D, 3rd fret B. And it's quick. Stay on a D chord and play it just like we did at the beginning. And then we're going to do the same thing we did on that second line. We're going to pluck E, D, G, and then go to the 4th fret low E, E, D, G. So this line all together a little bit slower. Regular speed. Now if that hammer-on is too complicated, just play D 3 times just like we did the G chord. And then do the... and that'll be fine. Now the next line, we're going to go back to a G chord and then D over F sharp, so we're playing it the same way we did in that pre-chorus. So that one's pretty easy. Now we're going to go to that variation of the E minor 7 that we did in the intro. So 2nd fret low E, 4th fret D, 3rd fret B. This one we're going to play 2 times. E, D, B, G, D. And then we're going to switch to an A chord, and we're just going to do a single down strum and let it ring out. So that last line all together. And now let's play the chorus all together a little bit slower. And now one more time, regular speed. And I don't mind if I do. Drink up the nerve to show up at your house. If you wanna know the truth, it's killing me not holding you right now. I'm one memory away, falling all the way apart, 'cause I might still love you, and I don't mind if I do. And that's how you play the chorus. Now at the end of the chorus there's an interlude section before the next verse starts and we start strumming. That part sounds like this. So for the first line of the interlude, we're just going to play G 2 times and then that D over F sharp 2 times. The second line is where we're going to use both variations of that E minor 7. We're going to start out with the one that has 2nd fret low E, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret B, and this one we're going to play 2 times. Now we're going to go to the other variation where we have the 4th fret D, as still 2nd fret low E. This time we're going to pluck E, D, G, D, E, and then we're going to strum down on the whole chord. So it's going to go. So now we're going to start strumming the rest of the song up until the last chorus and outro, and that's going to be a lot simpler if you're having trouble with all these picking patterns. So we're still going to be using the same chords, and the strumming pattern for the most part is going to be down, down, up, down, up, just repeated. And you want to keep that in mind because when we were picking, we were kind of doing that. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, similar to that. So again, down, down, up, down, up is the strumming pattern. So for the first line of the verse, we're going to strum the D chord 4 times with that pattern. Now for the second line, we're going to switch to G and do that pattern 2 times. Now we're going to switch to a variation of the E minor 7 and do it 2 times. That's going to be 2nd fret low E, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret B. So the second line goes. Now the third line, we're going to go back to a D chord, but we're going to do 3 strumming patterns and then switch it up at the end because we have the walk up. So it's going to go 3 times. We're going to stay on the D chord, but we're going to go down, down, up, and then add the 4th fret of the low E string, down, down, up. And that's going to lead us into the next line. So again, we're still doing that walk up like we did. So all together, the third line goes. And then the fourth line is just going to be G to E minor 7 again. And then you get to the pre-chorus. So the second verse altogether will sound like this. I almost quit drinking. For a while I stopped thinking about you. I got a little sleep. Some nights I can't control it. Sometimes I give in because without you, it's hard for me. And then you get to the pre-chorus. And for that, we're just going to continue that same strumming pattern, but with the chords of the pre-chorus. So we're going to start with G again and play it 2 times. Now we're going to go down to the 4th fret of low E. We have our D over F sharp. Play that one 2 times. Now we're going to go to that E minor 7, 2nd fret low E, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret B. 2 times on this one as well. Now when we get to A, it's going to switch up just a little bit. We're going to do 1 strumming pattern like normal. Now what we're going to do is another down strum, but we're going to hammer onto the 3rd fret of the B string. 1 more quick down strum. Come back up and pluck the high E string open. Then 3rd fret B. Take off the 3rd fret and do a single down strum on that A chord. So A all together a little bit slower. So the second pre-chorus will sound like this. When I give in to that vice and pour another over ice, girl, I know that's when I'll start missing you again. And I don't mind if I do. Then we get to the chorus. And now for this chorus, we're just going to continue doing the same strumming pattern, but apply the chords from the original chorus. It's going to sound like this. And I don't mind if I do. Drink up enough to show up at your house. If you wanna know the truth, it's killing me not holding you right now. I'm one memory away, falling all the way apart, 'cause I might still love you. Hope you don't mind if I do. So again, same strumming pattern, just use the chords from the chorus. Now the last part up is the bridge, and it's played just like the last 2 lines of the chorus, but we're going to end on a single down strum at the tail end of that A chord. So it's going to sound like this. Hope you don't mind if I do. Need you to pick me up when I'm covered in that goodbye dust. You're the only thing to get me through. And then you get to the picked version of the chorus. So again, for that first line, we're just going from G to D over F sharp. You're going to strum each one twice. Now we're going to go to that variation of E minor 7, 2nd fret low E, 2nd fret D, 3rd fret B. Strum this one 2 times. And then we're going to go to A, strum it 2 times, and then 1 more down strum, let it ring out at the end. So all together the bridge will go. And then you just do the picked version of that last chorus, and that's it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that lesson. If you want to check out the tabs, they're available on my website for free. Link is going to be in the description down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.